Hey guys, this is me Ramesh, and today we'll be talking about one of the most important concept that we use in our automation projects are development. Okay, so for any developers, it can be programming, I mean application developers or automation developers or automation testers. So definitely this concept required for their real time use. Let's start with one by one. Okay, so in this session, I'll be covering, Bitbucket. What is a Bitbucket? It's a Reflex, GitHub only, same thing. And the next topic, branching strategy, how to create the branches in your project. Okay, and what type of branches will be available, or what are the new branches we are going to create, and the Jira automation and the source tree check-in checkout process. And I'll be taking sample project from the Eclipse, creating the Maven project, and we'll do that. I will do some kind of Selenium automation over here. Okay, all right, let's go with the one by one. Yeah, this is a branching strategy that this is a simple branching strategy I have taken as an example. Probably you can follow the same thing in your company if it is possible. So here in your project, right? Okay, you have a GitHub repository. The GitHub repository will have the main branch is origin branch is the master branch always there. Okay, and in your project, you may have or may not have the development branch. Okay, you may not have the feature branch, but for any kind of best practices, we have to follow this kind of simple strategy to make robust and the framework or your project robust, make works easier, okay, with the team. Okay, we'll see one by one here. So anyway, master is the root branch, which is the main branch for your repository or a project, and the development is a clone branch or a copy of the master branch. The development is a clone or copy of the master branch. It's a kind of it's a duplicate branch of the master branch, I would say, because yeah. So we whatever the code we are doing, right? So that will go to the development branch, and ultimately it will move to the master branch. Okay, we'll see that real time. Okay, so the hierarchy of the branches here, first it should be master. Under that master we should have the development, and under the development we should have the feature branch. Okay, so why should we use the feature branch? What is the purpose of using the feature branch? We'll check, we'll learn in the real-time process, practically. Okay, in the feature branch also we'll see different kind of features. Okay, feature branch 1, feature branch 2, 3, etc, like that. Okay, so why do we have all these things? Okay, I'll give an example. Okay, let's talk about developers. Okay, developers are working on some kind of requirements. Okay, let's say he has been assigned with some kind of ticket, like example. Okay, like some developer, ex developer is working on some kind of login screen. Okay, so he's trying to develop the login screen. So in that case, what he'll do, he will directly not coding on the development branch or master branch. What he'll do, he'll create a feature branch. Okay, that is called here login branch. Okay, login branch. So here under the login branch, okay, so whatever the code he has completed or he has developed, okay, that code will be pushed to the main feature branch. And once commit and push to the feature branch, right, okay, it will go for the pull request to the developers, like main lead, okay, developer lead. And the developer lead is going to review the code. If everything works fine or everything is good, okay, then the developer lead is going to push the code to the development branch. Okay, so feature branch to the development branch. Okay, I didn't add any kind of commit or push process here. Okay, I'm just giving the branching strategy. I'll go directly taking an practical example. Okay, how to push the code and how to commit the code and push the code, and how to check in check out, everything is there. All right, so once that pull request is matched, okay, to the development branch, okay, everything works fine, okay, then the development code will move to the master branch. This is the final destination. Okay, so from here, they are going to, that means, it is going to be on the main branch, the master branch. Okay, so from the master branch, okay, so they are going to execute the entire suite or project, okay, as a single branch, and they will execute the entire code. So that means, all the developers, okay, developer 1, developer 2, developer 3, all the pull requests will go to the development branch. And once it is matched to the development branch, and that and all the developers code will push to the master branch as a final code. That is what happens. Okay, let's go real time first. Okay, how to create the branches and everything. So first of all, let me open the Bitbucket. So you don't need to create any Bitbucket account for this thing, because uh, you definitely have the Bitbucket repository in your project, or it might be GitHub repository. So if you're a new learner or outside learner, right? So you can directly log in with any Gmail account. Okay, you can use it. It's a free of cost. And yeah, let's go here. Okay, let me already some projects are there. Let me create a new project over here. Okay, I'm going to create a new repository here. Okay. So here, when you click on the new repository, right, okay, you will see this window. Okay, workspace window is there, and project, okay, repository name, and blah, 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 lot of things are there. Don't need to worry about the remaining things. Okay, just type here, what is your repository name? Okay, what you're working for. Example, I'm working for Selenium automation, Selenium Cucumber automation. Okay, it can be anything. So just create a repository. Your repository has been created. Okay, let me select here. Quality automation project here. Yeah, QA automation project. Under the QA automation project, I'm creating the repository name. Okay, that is only just a project. No need to worry about that. Right, you see this. This is the sample repository I have created. Okay, with the master branch is a default branch automatically comes to the repository. Now, what I'll do, we're talking about the branches creation, right? Okay, so I'll do one thing. First, I'll go and create the branches, or let me go and add the code to the master branch then. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll create a branches first here. Go to the branches. Already we have a master branch, that is a main branch. Okay, if you would like to create a branch, okay, new branch, right, you should go under the master branch. You click on the create branch here, and select the branch type here, master branch, from branch, and from branch I'm creating development. Okay, I'm just following the diagram. Development branch, you see that hierarchy here, master to development branch. All right, perfect. Now if you go back to the source tab, and you see the drop down button, you see two different branches here, master and development branch. Now, whatever the code is there in the master branch, that is always there in the development branch. That is always there in the development branch. Okay. All right. Now let's go back and create the other branches. Like we see in the diagram, right? Okay, we're going to create the feature branch here. So feature branch, we should not go and create a feature branch. Okay. Under the main branch. Okay. Master branch. Okay. You can select the development branch here. Okay. Here you can write the branch name here. Okay. I'm just typing the branch name. Branch name is okay. So before directly writing the branch name here, you have to select the type of the branch. Okay, just select this drop down here, select the feature. You see that feature is coming here. Feature is coming here. Now I can go and write. Okay, so here there are two things. Few people are creating a branch under the feature branch. Okay, or creating the branch for the feature branch. Okay, I'll give an example. Don't worry. So here I'm just writing something called as login. I'm just writing login. Login is a feature branch. Okay, but if you're having the multiple tasks, if you're having the multiple tasks for your feature branch, right? For your feature branch, example, login is having a multiple task. But how do you create that? You cannot go and create like this. You cannot go and create like ticket example, ticket underscore 001 underscore verify login with valid credentials. Valid credentials. Credentials. So here I'm going to select development. You should not create like this. You should not create like this. Okay. If you want to create a sub branch under the feature branch, you can select this fellow and you can write it here. Okay, that means this branch will be, this sub branch will be created under the login branch. Login branch. Okay, I'll tell you detail. Very simple. So your main branch here, feature login, and you'll be working on this branch whenever you complete the code, right? Okay, and you have to commit and you have to push to the same branch. And you need to raise a pull request against the login branch, not to the developer branch. Okay, I just said before in the diagram, right? Okay, that is a high level. This is a low level. So whenever you complete the code from the feature branch, feature sub branch, then you need to commit and push to the same branch, and then you have to raise a pull request for the login branch. Okay, not to the development branch. Okay, what happens if I push, if I raise a pull request against the login branch? So your code will go to the, your code will be reviewed under this branch. And if everything works well, then it will move to the login branch, feature login branch. If everything works well in the login branch, then it will be moved to the development branch. Okay, this is the second level. This is the second level. From there, if the development branch is working perfectly, then it will move to the finally master branch. There are three levels here. There are three levels. So we are giving some extra layer here. So as I said before in the diagram, it is only two levels: feature branch to development and development to master. That's it. Okay, but here I'm giving some extra layer here. Example, you have a 5 members of developers, 10 members of 10 members of developers, right? So 5 members of developers are working on the login only. So in that case, if you're trying to work on the same branch, there might be conflicts, or there might be something else. Okay, we can resolve the conflicts, but the problem is here, if you have the individual ticket, right, if you have individual subtask, okay, it will be very easy to segregate your task, and for review purposes will be very easy. Okay, what type of code you have in your branch, okay, what type of code is there in my branch and some other branch. Okay, it is very easy to specify the branch, the code in the branch, and we can easily merge the code to the main branch. The main branch is nothing but the login branch here. So this is the way you can create it. Okay, your branch is created here. Now I'll do one thing. Okay, so here I just created the branches here over here. That's fine, good. Now what I'll do, I want to clone this branch in your local machine. Okay, for cloning purpose, already we discussed in the part 1, and this is the part 2 tutorial. And how we used to clone the repository in your local machine. Just clone this one, copy this fellow, go to any folder here, I'm just giving some kind of folder name here. Example, Bitbucket repo. In this, right click on this one, git bash here. First, git init, right? Git init and git clone already is there. You can clone it. Okay. So this is the way of cloning we were using in the git bash. But this time I'm going to use a different tool. Okay, for easy commit, push, and creating the branches. Okay, and adding, resolving the conflicts and reverting the your code to the previous, reverting the code to the old code. Okay, it will be very easy in that tool. So that tool is called as SourceTree tool. SourceTree tool. Okay, you can install in your local machine. Okay, you can go to the SourceTree download. You can type here download. Okay, go to this one. Okay, so SourceTree, just like you can play with kind of repositories. You can import you can clone the repository in the SourceTree, and from there you can create the branches. You can merge the code from here itself. Okay, no need to worry about your from your Eclipse or your IntelliJ IDE or whatever it is. Okay, no need to worry about that. So no need to commit or push the code from your tools, your IDE tools. You can directly do it from the SourceTree itself. So this is a replace of git bash or your editor. Okay, so let's do that. How to do that? So let me go and yeah, there is one more thing I want to tell you guys. Okay, if you're trying to download the latest version of SourceTree, right, you will definitely end up with a lot of issues. Better to download the version called as 2.9. to see that, I'll give you the exact version name. This is the Mac version. If you go down, this is for Windows version, and this is for Windows version. You better to take the 3.0 below versions. I'm taking 2.6.10 version. Okay, don't update it. Just keep it as it is. If it is asking any updates, ignore it. Just download this 2.6.10 or 2.6.9.0. Okay, don't do the above versions, because there is a problem of committing your code to the from local repository to the remote repository. There is an issue. Okay, there might be an issue in this particular tool. I don't know whether they fixed it, but recently I faced that issue. Okay, don't download the latest one. Always use the old version of the source tree. Let's go here. Source tree. Open the source tree. I already installed. Okay, while you're installing the source tree, right? Okay, you will see two different options. One is Bitbucket server and Atlassian Jira, something like that. Select the Atlassian Jira and your give your new email ID and you can register. Okay, that is in the at the time of installation. So I already installed the source tree in my machine. I just landing on the this page. Okay, so once you landed here, right? Okay, what I'm doing here, I want to clone my repository here. Just go to the clone button. You will see a bunch of things here. Okay, I'll explain you one by one. Clone here. I'm just pasting the URL here. Just go here. You can remove this fellow. Okay, this is a URL, and it is checking whether this URL is properly or not. It's proper URL or not. This is a Git repository. If you don't see this Git repository, this is a Git repository option text here. Okay, you may not clone this. This button will be disabled. I'm going to take this path will be different path. I can go and take Bitbucket repo here. I can remove this fellow. I can select this folder, then clone it. Perfect. Okay. You see that now the master branch got checked up. Whenever you clone the project in any tool, okay, it can be a source tree or git bash, whatever it is. By default, it's going to be master branch. If you want to work on a sub branch or feature branch or development branch, you have to come to the remote section here. You have to check out. You can go to the origins, and from here, you see that here is a branches. Okay, okay, this is your branch. Okay, you can go and check out here, and you can push your code here. Okay, now we are on this branch, right? We are in this branch. Now what I'll do, I'll just copy the code here. I'm just going to copy some code and paste here. Okay, I have some code. Where is my code here? Let me go to the C drive. Sorry. I'm going to downloads. Nothing is there. I'll do one thing. I'll create a new project over here for the time being. Okay, I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to create a Maven project. Maven project. Already project is there, but let's see. I'll do one thing. I'll do one thing because we have to work on some kind of task, right? Okay. So I'll go to my repository. I'll download some code over there. GitHub repository. There is some code over there. From there, that code we can push to the Bitbucket. Let's see that practically. Yeah, he's asking some code. Let's go back to the copy. All right. Now I have the folder. Yeah, this is a Cucumber Selenium project. I'm going to download this project. Okay. I'm not doing anything. I'm not cloning anything. I'm just going to copy this fellow and extract this project. It is my project. Okay. So we don't require all these things. We can copy this folder, main folder. Here is the Maven project. Oh, this is the normal project only. Oh, sorry, Maven project. Copy this fellow and go back to your source tree. Okay. Where is this? What is this? Where is this project is cloned? Okay, you can go and click on this open in Explorer. Here is the one. You can paste here. You can paste here. Now you come back to here. You see that all the files are coming here. All the files are coming here. Now you can stage all. Okay, here you can say commit. Okay, commit with new project. Okay, commit with new project. Now you can go and commit here. Okay, Now here in the Git bash, right, you see some the difference. There you can go on, git add space dot, adding the files to the local machine, local repository, and then git commit -m double quotation, and there you are giving some message. Then after your git push, right? So here we are using the GUI of the particular source tree. Okay, here by using the source tree, we can easily push and commit and push to the repository. Now here locally committed. Now I'm pushing to this branch, pushing to this branch. Okay, here you have to select the branch, same branch I'm pushing it. I'm not selecting any other branch. Perfect. Now your code is available in this branch. Let's go back and see in the Bitbucket. That's the best one, right? Okay, go back here, Bitbucket. Okay, now refresh this one. You see that here in the master branch, there is no code. If you select the development branch, we'll see that there is no code. If you're selecting the login branch, okay, let's select this one. Yeah, is that the framework is there? The framework is there. Okay, so now the actual thing is coming here. The actual thing is coming. This example, I'm done with coding in this particular branch. Now this future branch should go to the which branch, sir? Development branch. But before that, it should go to the login branch. Login branch. Now what to do? You have to raise a pull request, right? You have to raise a pull request. Okay. So how to do that? How to raise a pull request for any other subtask? Okay. Okay. 1 second. If you, we can also raise a pull request from here. Right click on the project, and you can raise a. There is a pull request option here. Yeah, create a pull request. You see that whenever you click on the pull request over the right, okay, you will be navigated to the Bitbucket actual repository page. And here is the one. This is your source and this is your destination. Okay, and make sure before raising any pull request, right, you have to verify your branch name and which branch you are going to raise a pull request. I'm going to raise a pull request to this feature sub branch to feature main branch. Correct? Feature sub branch to feature main branch. So here, okay, commit with a new project. That's fine, no issues. Okay, here, add some more comments if you want. Okay, adding a new project. Okay, and pushing it to login branch. Login. Branch. Okay. All right. Now the actual thing is coming here. Reviewer. Okay. Who is a reviewer? Here nobody is there, right? Okay. All right. So here your team lead or team manager who is the automation architect or automation lead, okay, they will take care of it. So I'll do one thing. I'm going to add some more members into this project. Okay. How to add those numbers? Go to the personal settings. I think leave it. Yeah, leave it. And here add number of people. I'm not sure where exactly it is. Let me see that. Account, class and account. There must be someone. Yeah, I think here is the one. We'll see that. Okay, let me add the guy @83@gmail.com. Okay, add it here. Oh, already yes. Fine, no issues. I can use Selenium then. Yeah, add it here. Choose by another user. Oh, okay. Hanimi CSC @gmail.com. I'm gonna add this fellow. Add it. Perfect. Unconfirmed. That's fine. No issues. Okay, because it will go to the his email as a confirmation email. Once it's confirmed, then probably we can have 2 are completed. Let's example. This is my test automation 73 email address is there. We can confirm from there. I'm going to become as a lead. Okay. All right. Go back to your email address and confirm. It is a confirmation. Verify email address. So once it is verified, probably you can come here I told you, you can see that it should be verified. It is verified. Now you come back here, just refresh this folder, refresh, reload it. Yeah, now you probably can see, okay, type of full name, Selenium, no, just automation, no. Reviewer should come here, I don't know why. Uh, okay, okay, apart from this, your work, snippets, yeah, this is my Selenium Cucumber automation. And yeah, where is my pull request here? Let me go back here, right click on this one, create a pull request. It will go here. And I should be able to find some users here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not able to find that. Okay, let's try that. Let's try it. First, okay, let me select this fellow, and here you can add in the new project, a new project. That's it, and you can select your reviewer, your lead, or something, someone else, and go and create a pull request. Basically, you should ask the reviewer. I'm not sure. That's okay. Fine. It's going. It's good. Now I raise a pull request. I raise a pull request here. So what I did here. So as a team lead, right? So once you raise a pull request here, okay, let's go back to the source first, and then you see that master branch doesn't have the code, development doesn't have the code, and even login branch also doesn't have the code. Okay, you cannot see that. You cannot see here. You cannot see here because it is in the same only. Oh, why it is coming like this? Should not be like this. That's fine, no issues. Okay, so here is the code. Now you go to the pull request here. Okay, this is the pull request, and here once I review this code, right? Okay, I can give the comments. Okay, if everything is good, then I can go and approve it. I can go and approve it. Approve it, and you can merge it. Okay, you can merge it. You see the destination is this one and the sub branch is this one. Now you go back here. Okay, go back to the feature branch. Here is the one. You see that the latest merger code 8 minutes ago. Merger code is coming here. Is coming to the feature login. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, from here, what to the next one? So come back here. I'm going to check out the login branch here. Okay, when you open this branch here, open this branch, open. Okay, here is one Explorer. Sorry, now go back to your folder here. Here the code is available here. Now I want to raise a pull request from login branch to the development branch. Go here, create a pull request, and here from login to development branch, and here adding a new project. Right. So come create a pull request. And then approve and merge it. Okay. So again, no need to review the code. Okay. Again, no need to review the code because once everything is finalized in the feature branch, okay, when it's moved to the development branch, okay, that code can be moved to the master branch. But before merging it, you can just check, go and check if you have any conflicts are there. Okay, if any kind of issues are there, just check with that. Okay, again, no need to do the code review. Now go back to the branches here, source, and here you can select the development branch. You see that Selenium Java framework. Now final destination is, you can also raise a pull request from here also. Okay, here also create a pull request here. Okay, from development to master branch. Okay, here committing with a new project, fine, adding a new project. All right, now create a pull request. Approve and match. Right, now you see that The actual main branch is having the latest code. Okay, now let's go back and see how we can how it is reflecting the Eclipse or not. Okay, we'll see that. Importing the Git project, existing local repository, add it. We can go to the browse C drive, Git Bitbucket repo. Oh, what is this? Copy this one. Oh, okay, 1 second. Already cloned, right? So I can go and import the Maven project directly. Existing Maven project. Browse it. What happens? Oh, what happened? Only one file is there. Why so? Let me go and see that. You see that everything is there, right? Okay, let's go back to this one. Okay, login branch. Now let me go and check out the master branch. You see? Okay. What happened? Let's check out the login branch. Login branch is already checked out. Okay. Some issues are there. Let's see that. Just pull it. So these kind of issues are common. Okay, I think you have the latest one. Now you can go and check out the development. Perfect. Okay. Now you can go back here. I'll take the development code first here. Sorry. Go to the Maven. Go to the import. Maven. Existing project. Browse. Paste here. Select. And here is a Maven project. Finish. Still loading. See that. Let me go and change this JDK. Now you see that you are in the development branch right now. Okay. So the problem you're whenever you're switching from this branch to another branch from here, right? Okay. Like example, switch to other branch. Okay. Like this. Okay. There is a problem in the Eclipse. Okay. No need to switch the branch from Eclipse. Okay. Better to switch from here. Okay. Example, I'm switching back to this one. Automatically, this should be refreshed. Maybe it will take some time. Right click, refresh. Yeah, you see that feature and your sub branch. So like this, automatically the branch name is reflecting which branch you're working upon. Okay. Now actual thing is coming here. Actually, how to start working. Okay, how to start working in the real time. Okay, let me go to the Jira first. Okay, assume that you're using the project management tool as a Jira, but I'm using the Jira here because Jira, we have free of cost is there, free software is there. I'm utilizing that. If you have a TFS or any kind of the project management tools, right, like Choosy or ALM or like this, but that is a paid one, right? So we cannot use that, right? So here I'm using the Jira, the same process which you can apply for the other project management tools, right? Okay, here is my QA automation project. Okay, here is my board. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, I'm going to create a bunch of tickets here, a bunch of stories here. The stories example here, login underscore verify login to verify login screen with valid credentials. Okay, here you can write the steps here. This is the automation, guys. Okay, so from now onwards, this is the automation. Now you can assign to who are the developers are there. I'm assigning to Animality someone else. Okay, and sprint. Yeah, you can no need to use this one. Create it. Okay, so it is by default go to the backlog. Don't worry. I'm going to create a couple of more tickets. Login with invalid credentials. You can utilize this one. You can write the steps here, and I'm assigning to some other developer, automation developer. Ramesh Kudikala, create it. And I'm assigning, I'm going to create other one. Yeah, steps. Okay. So assume that you have a 5 members or 4 members of automation team, right? Okay. I'm assigning the tickets to one by one. Okay. Assume that you have a bunch of tickets in your backlog. And this time you have to, as a team leader, team manager, or test manager, right? Okay, automation manager, they have to create automation sprint. Okay, I'm going to create automation sprint here. Okay, here is the automation sprint. I'm going to assign all the tasks to the already duplicate task is coming here. I think I can take the valid one only, no issues. Valid one, yeah, a valid, and then invalid, and then sorry, invalid, and then empty. Okay, all right. So okay, assume that you have a 50 or 60 uh, stories to automate in your sprint. Okay, you added here from the backlog, and you're going to create a start sprint. Okay, so sprint is for usually 2 weeks or 4 weeks. It depends on your quantity of your sprint items. Okay, assume that you have 100 stories are there, so definitely it's going to be taking 4 weeks time. Okay, if you have only 30 or 40, you have a 5 members or 4 members team, you can use 2 weeks only. Okay, start it. Our sprint is started here. Now, okay, I'm a developer, I'm an automation tester. Okay, come back here, I'm selecting this scenario. Okay, I'm just automating it. So in the before automating any scenario, right? So what I'm trying to do, I'm going to create a new child task here that is called script to development. Script to development. This is called subtask, guys. Subtask. And other subtask is script execution. How much time it's going to take for the script execution, right? Script execution. And the code review task is the final one. Code review will be done by your manager. Like we raise a pull request, right? Okay, that pull request will be reviewed by your team lead. So definitely here some ticket has to be created. Right. So I'm going to develop this script development on this particular task. So that's the reason I put it in progress. Now here is the problem. Here's the actual thing will start. You have to create a new branch for this ticket, right? For this ticket, create a branch here. We have option here. Which branch you're selecting? Type feature, and here is the development branch. Here is a development branch. You can take it. So here everything is coming here, but you better to give the format like this: underscore verify, 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 login screen with invalid credentials, invalid credentials, and validate error message, error message. Just click on create button. All right. Okay. Now your feature branch is tagged to development branch. Okay. We are cutting down one branch here. Okay. All right. That's fine. So, okay. How to check out this branch here now? Now I want to develop this script in this particular branch, right? Okay. Go here. So this branch, you cannot see any branch here. Right? You cannot see any branch here. So what do? You can go to the full. Okay. I'm sorry. You have to fetch the branches from the remote repositories, fetch all remote repositories. Okay. Button. Okay, so you cannot see anything here, right? You have to pull it. Okay, I think you're there in this branch. Okay, I'm going to check out the master branch, development branch. Okay, now I can go and pull it. What happens here? I cannot see anything here. Okay, I think some updates are in the master branch. Let's see that. Oh, what happens here? Uncommitted changes. What is that uncommitted changes? I don't the. Okay, Jira. What is this? Okay, I think I had some Java thing there, right? Okay, let me go and commit this folder. Stage on. Okay, I cannot do anything here. Yeah, commit with some Java dot class path. Commit it here. Push it. Now you can go and check out the master branch and pull the updates. All right. Now try to get the fetch it again once. Now pull it. No updates. Okay. Then check out the development branch here. Then pull it. So let me see that. What is the ticket name here? Already created under the development branch. We'll see. Go to the source. The source here is the one. Here you can see that feature login with invalid credentials. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, but why I'm not able to see here? What is the problem? Status is not there. Fetch once again. Sometimes it's going to be problem. Fetch it. Delete. Yeah. So the actual thing, whenever you're creating the branch from here, right? So it's not reflecting here. But anyway, you can go and create once again. Just giving it trouble. It's giving it trouble. If you go and see that here, you cannot see the branch, actual branch here. So what I'll do, I can create the branch from here, or else I can create a branch from the source tree. We'll see that. First, let me go and see a branch, create a branch here. New branch, okay, current branch and the development branch, okay. And here, or else you can create a branch under the login branch. We'll see that. Login branch, feature login branch. And here, what is the ticket name? We have to remember that. Okay, this is the ticket name, right? Copy this ticket name, underscore. I should give some underscore here, but let's see, underscore, and you can copy this entire stuff. Copy this one. Login underscore verify. Or you can do like this. Yeah, login is enough. Fine. Remove these spaces. Backspace. Perfect. Now create a branch here. Okay, your branch is created here. Now let's go back and see in the bucket if it is reflecting or not. Let's see that. No, not yet. Can remove this one, remove this fellow, remove this one. Oh, okay. I think this project is different. No, both are same only. Let me remove this one. Okay, this is a demo web shop. I'm really sorry. This is a demo web shop. Okay, I made a mistake. I should go back to the Selenium project. I made a mistake. Yeah, Selenium Cucumber project. Here is the one. Here is the one. Yeah, perfect. Login. And where is the branches here? Oh, I can see only 2 branches here. But which one I cloned here? Let me see that. Go to the repository settings. Demo. Edit. Selenium Cucumber repository. Fine, that's good. Nice. Then we have the demo one. Sorry. Sub branches. All branches, right? All branches. Dem one is coming. Now it's coming. Good. Go back here. Here is the one. Okay, you create the branch here, right? Okay, then you have to push it. Okay, push it to the same branch. I'm sorry, this is the branch, right? Push it to the same branch. Okay, then probably you can go and verify here. Yeah, you see that the branch is coming here, right? Perfect. Now what I'll do, I'm going to do the coding on this particular branch. You go back here, you see that branch is already switched. Okay, now I'm going to automate this scenario here. Okay, a simple scenario. I won't take much time. Okay, go back to the feature file and the login is already there. Okay, invalid data is there already. Okay, this code, I don't think we have the steps. One second. Yeah, it is coming fine. It is working fine. Okay, it is working fine, but it's giving some error. Don't worry. Some path is wrong here. I think system cannot find the path of the property file. Where is that property file here? I don't have any property file here. All right. Okay. Go to the method, main method here. Click on this method. Test base. Yeah. Here's the one. Go to this property file. Yeah, here is the guy. Source tree config.properties is not there. That is why it is giving error. It's fine. Okay. I should go back and create some package here. com.demo webshop.config. Here I'm giving a config file. Config.properties. And probably you can write something here. What I'm calling from this particular property file. Yeah, this property file I'm calling the browser name. I think I'm not calling anything here. Calling anything. Let me go and search get property. Get property. The only one place I'm using it. Okay, no need to worry about that. I'm just giving this. All right. So assume that I'm done with this test case. Okay, I'm done with this test case. Okay, this is the one. And you can also give some kind of ID like this, the ticket ID. What is the ticket ID? QD_8. 2D_8. Okay, this is the ticket ID, and this is the part of regression case. Okay, and then after, okay, let me go and clean this project. Clean it. All right. Now you have to commit it. Okay, you no need to commit from the Eclipse. You can come back here. You can come back to this one. Okay, and here you can select the files you have selected and your work done, and then file status here. Commit with QD_ the ticket name is 8, right? Underscore your ticket name exactly. This is the one, right? This is the one. Copy this fellow. Copy this fellow. Paste here. Okay. Right. Now commit it. Push it. So now your code will be available in this particular branch. You can go back and see that. Go to the this branch, and we just created one something called as commit. Inside the sync now. Sync. Why this is coming here? I don't know why. Did we create the branch against the master? Change the destination. We can change it. You can change the destination to feature login. Okay, feature login. That's fine. Now I can raise a pull request. Okay. Now I can raise a pull request here. Okay. Your sub branch to the feature sub branch to the feature branch. Okay. Here. Okay. Added new script for 2D_8. 2D_8 underscore login scenario. Now you can give the reviewer name here and then create a pull request. Perfect. Now, if anything is there, right, so I can go here. This is the feature file you have added here, and the configure properties, which is empty. So assume that, okay, this is empty. So I'm just adding comments here. How can I add here comments here? Edit. Okay. No, not edit. What is that? Cancel. Where is the comment option here? Comments. Okay, if you are not, if this code is not loose code, then you can go to the decline. Okay, here is the comment, and here is the comment. You can say config dot properties This doesn't have any properties. Any properties. Add browser info app server details. Save it. Okay. So and also about the feature file. Okay. Here feature file. What I'm trying to do, feature file. What is the feature file name here? Login.feature file, right? Login.feature. So here I'm giving some comments. What comments I can give? Okay. So here, no need to provide. Assume that I no need to provide. No need to provide any ticket ID for scenarios. Same. That means I'm just asking only to give this ticket ID. Only keep the regression. All right. So like this, you can comment it, and based on that, okay, this code will again will go back to the developer, automation testers, and he will remove all this stuff, and he can raise, he can commit and he can push it. Again, no need to raise a pull request. Okay, then come back here, and then okay, if everything looks good, then I can go and approve it, merge it. Now your code will be available in this branch. Okay, now you have to raise another pull request here, create a pull request from this branch to directly development branch. Okay, here is the comment: adding new script to development branch. Development. Right. Then create a pull request. Approve and match. Then again, finally, you should go to the master branch. So development to master branch. Same thing is there. Create a pull request. Approve and match it. Okay. So I'll tell you one more thing that is very, very important. Okay. I'm going to create two different branches here. Okay. The branches, okay, as I mentioned here, there are two different tickets. So I'm done with this ticket. What I'll do, I'm going to close this ticket, done ticket. Okay. Open this ticket. If you want, if you can log the hours, I can go and log the hours. I'm not seeing any log here. You should be able to see that. No, I can't see anything. I can link the branch here. I don't know why it's not coming. The branch should come here. The branch name should come here. Okay, not here. I think you should see here. Oh, fantastic! You see that? You see the branch name here for this ticket. Branch name is already there, right? Okay. So this is how you can create the branch. Okay, and the script execution also is done, and the code review also is done by your lead. Okay, this ticket is completed. All right, you can state this in progress to done. Perfect. Now ticket is done. Second ticket. I'm going to create a new branch. Okay, new branch. Here is the one, and your root branch will be login branch, right? Root branch will be login branch, and here is the one. 2D9 3 2D underscore 3. Okay, underscore your login scenario. Please try to make it short. This length of the branch should not be too much lengthy. Won't be a problem, but try to keep it short. Right. So this branch is done. Okay. Now this branch is created from the login branch. That means this branch is up to date, right? Okay. Right. So I'm going to create another branch. This ticket in progress. This ticket also should have the script development, right? Script execution, and this should have the code review. Right. Close it. I'm going to for the other branch, other ticket. Sorry. I'm going to okay. Already there, right? There. Oh, fantastic. Two tickets. Valid to large tickets. Okay. Invalid. So I'm going to create a branch for this. The branch is already there here. Why? Oh, this is already log. Okay, this is already there. This branch is already there. I think this is for other project. You see, the repository is a different one. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know why it is coming like this. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll create a new ticket. I don't want to do this. Login underscore login verify login screen GUI elements steps create it. Let me assign to someone else later, and I can go to the backlogs. I can move this ticket to this print. Oh, she's confirmed. And go back to your board GUI elements. I'm going to create a new ticket here. The script development here. So those are the old tickets which I done, which I completed last time. One code review. Right now, I can go on and progress this ticket. Okay. Then I'm going to create a branch for this. Right. Copy this fellow. So I can go here. I'm going to check out the branch and create a branch here. And this is called QD underscore 16 underscore 16. All right. Perfect. Project. All right. Now there is something called as some space is there. Yeah, hit the space. Create a branch. All right. So example, Mr. X is working on this task and Mr. Y is working on this empty credentials. Okay. Both are working on it. They're parallelly working on it. They're parallelly working on it. But some of the X code, some of this 16 QD16 code required to the QD3 code, QD3 branch. Okay. What happens if they want it? How? Okay. Example here. Here I'm working on some task. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, I'll do some coding here. Coding here. Example like this. Okay. Here smoke. Okay. Scenario. Okay. Verify login GUI elements. Okay. And given. Okay. I can write till here. Copy this fellow till here. And when I verify first name and last name labels, and then I verify what is that? Sorry, first name, not first name, email address, email and password, and yeah, verify login button available. Okay, so this is a new scenario I have added here. Okay, but still my code is in progress. But one of my teammates is required this code. One of my teammates is required this code. So in that case, what happens here? So you don't need to worry about that. Okay, them just simply coordinate each other and trying to check in this code. Trying to check in this code. Okay, check in with partial amount of code to 2D underscore 16. Okay, and you don't need to give anything. I mean, login GUI verification, and commit it and push it. Push your select your branch. Done, right? Okay. So what happens the Y guy? The Y guy, what he'll do? Okay, you don't need to give take any input request or something else. Okay, you can go on. This guy. Yeah, he's a Y guy. He can directly get the code from this branch to this branch. Okay, now here, look at this one. You see that? I've checked into the QD3, right? This is the Y. Okay, so here no code is there. Now, if I want to this code to this branch any without pull request, right? Okay, you can directly right click on this one, merge to current branch. That means your code, your current branch should be checked out. Okay, whatever the branch you want, right? Okay, that branch should not checked out, and your current branch should be checked out. Right click on that branch. Okay, wherever you want the code, merge it to current branch. Now the latest code is there from the QD16, right? That code will come to your feature branch. You see that the code is coming. Okay, so this way you can merge from one branch to another branch. No issues like that. But do not try to merge. Okay, you can merge from development to your sub branch. You can merge from master branch to development or some other branch, but you should not merge your local branch to the development or master branch. That is reverse direction. You should not do that. Okay, so this is the way of branching strategy, that how you can create the branches, how you can manage with the branches, committing the code and raising the pull request. Okay, review the code and everything. So this is what how we can do that. Okay, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask the questions in the comment section. I think hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.